All right, all you devils out there, happy Friday. Sam here with you a little after 1 o'clock here on October 28th, 10/28. Well, of course, we're going to take a peek at Bitcoin here, showing some signs of life. Yeah, I thought we'd just start here with a blank chart. Now, I recommend doing this often, just to declutter the mind, if you will. So if I put this chart in front of you, I didn't tell you what it was. And I said, well, okay, based on what you have here, where would you anticipate we'd find potentially, right, where we might find some support? I mean, it's hard not to just immediately go, well, that would be the obvious spot, right? I mean, prior resistance because support. I mean, wouldn't that be your first thought of like, well, what's the most obvious spot, right? Right. I mean, you're just trying to keep it simple. Well, when did we officially got here? Oh, when did we get here? 13th of June. This last week of so I've got a weekly chart up here. I mean, this is a long time to be sitting here at what would appear to be the most obvious, right? And then additionally here's the breakout. Right? So for example, if I put on the Sonar Labs, the smart money concepts here, we see the market structure. Just before I forget, right? Just for any of you not familiar with Sonar Labs, you're curious about what they're doing, you're curious about market structure, right? We do have a relationship with them. We work closely with them. If you're interested in Sonar Labs, right? Our link directly underneath this video gets you a 10% discount, right? If you use our link that is in the description of this video. Okay, so but just looking here. So what can we see? This is, sometimes, we make it hard on ourselves. So here's where we break out, right? We break out, we go all the way up here, and then we in turn come all the way back down to where we broke out from. I mean, so you look at it and you go, is it going to be that simple? Really? Is that what it's going to be? After all the gyrations in here, thinking, oh shit, it could be a triangle, it could be, maybe it's a triple sharp, something, could it be that simple? Well, it definitely could be, right? So as we look at this here now, of course, I'm not saying that the low's in, right? You could certainly see how we could roll over here, because then what would you do next? So you'd say, well, okay, well, if that breaks, where else would you look? Well, that's a lot of wick here. I'm going to go to the highest body closes here. You're going to pick that up as well. Oh, and then you might go a little bit lower, say, okay, well, I got equal highs here. So anywhere in this range, so then you might end up to something, kind of looking like that. Just eyeballing, okay, where is potential, right? Just as simple as it can be. Right? Not demand, right? Potentially support, right? But very, very clear distinction. Now, it so happens that there does happen to be a demand zone here right before the breakout. So if I pull, oh shit, here, come here. So if I pull that out, right? So let's be clear that you understand that difference, right? So as we sit here at this pivot, that's only just, and it's been violated, right? But it's potential, the area, it's potential support, right? Prior resistance. Where's the demand? Well, the demand zone here is oh, come here, arrow. Demand zone is right here, right? The last swing lower, and I would actually use the bigger candle before we go up, right? That's the demand zone before the break. Why? Because that's the last swing down here. And again, remember on a weekly, before we break structure, right? That's literally the breakout. So if I were to do that and say, okay, we're standing here, let's get you hot here. I would use all of this down, right? All of that as demand. Now, it just so happens that demand, this has, of course, just potential demand, right? So we know breakout here that we have demand and potential support intersecting at the same location, right? Within, right? I'm not to the penny, but within this zone here, out here, looking on the weekly chart on Brave New Coin, where we've got all the most amount of data. So you look at that and you go, okay, well, if we break, this would seem the next logical place for us to head. We also would have a little micro demand here. Here's an internal break of structure, so there would be yet. Here, if I take this out, Sonar Labs already drawing it for me. So you can see the potential demand here before the break of structure that led to this potential demand. for the breakout structure. So breakout, right? So if this is, an exaggerated example, but breakout traders all the way gave it all back. Or said differently, oh shit, man, I missed the breakout. God, will I ever get a chance to buy it from where it broke out again? Right? It's just funny, right? So, I mean, we make it so hard on ourselves, right? Is it this simple? So let's put a little structure to it and say, okay, well now, is it going to be this simple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. After all the different looks and potential counts and labeling and readjusting to try and get a handle on it, is it going to be that simple? Well, the only way we can do it, and this would not be unlike Bitcoin, if this somehow we can dig a 1, 2 out of here, and then we can get out of here and get a 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's extreme, right? It's as close, but of course, right? Within Elliott Wave Theory, as long as we don't, I mean, this is about as hard a rule as there is. As long as we don't break the proposed pivot of the start of the one wave, I mean, we can go one tick. We can go up to one tick. As long as we don't break it, got a contender. A little fuzzier at times on the 4, overlapping the 1, right? And a purist would tell you no, right? I'm not a purist. But this, there's no way to interpret that otherwise, right? We either hold here or we don't. And if we start to if we break this low, then any potential thought that, oh, it's 1, 2, we're going to get out of here, right? It starts to look worse. Now, potentially, we end up with something like this. We could have a 5 going in here out of the ABC, potentially. And then additionally, right, we've talked about this. If it's a completed impulse, we'd be looking for a reaction down here at the 50, right? Coming a little bit lower. Now, look where we would be with regards to that median line, right? If we're coming down to catch a C at the 50. Well, we'd be tagging that median line here, which would be just, well, actually, as we look at it here, if we're pushing up here a little bit and then we're going to come back down, we're already too far gone in time to catch this at the, well, shit, I guess you could catch it here. But to get the median line, now we're heading golden zone, and now we're talking about 10, 11K. Right, it's long been the threat here. Once it was fairly, well, oh God, there's still ways you could interpret this. You could still interpret this as a 5, right? We could still be thinking 3, 4, and now we got to go down for a 5, right? So that still can't eliminate that possibility. If you're an analytician, you're looking for, okay, but could we be done here? Well, yeah, we could be. Okay, so let's look at it. So if it's a 1, 2, how would we make that work? Well, let's hear. I'm going to bring it over in motivewave first. All right, or I've just done some work this morning with this, right? You guys know I'm a huge fan of motivewave. This is in my opinion, this is the single best technical analysis package available, bar none. So if you're interested in that, also links below. That's in our link tree. And they've got I think it's a 14-day demo. It's just an unbelievable product, particularly if you're into Elliott Wave, although that's just one fraction of everything else it does. I mean, we're up to, it goes into order flow, everything you've ever thought of. It's in here. Okay, so now how could we do it? Okay, so could we have a 1, 2 here? Well, of course, note how close we come to that pivot, right? But again, as long as we don't overlap it. So could we get there as a 1, 2 and then be digging out of here? Here we're threatening an impulse here. Well, how would we get that to? Well, we'd have to work it through a WXY. Now, this is a reworking of previous interpretations we've looked at here. But of course, see, the market can change how you're interpreting. I mean, this whole thing has just been a big, if we look from where price is, this entire lower consolidation, right? We're all looking at this going, shit, is it accumulation or is it distribution? Right, to throw a little Wyckoff on it, well, okay, we're not out of the woods yet, but that sure is threatening a 5 here. Well, okay, if we can get out of here with a 5, well, now I'm going to revisit all of the count and labeling in here and say, oh, is there another way we could work this? Could we get out of here as a 1, 2? Well, if we can get a 5 here, it doesn't eliminate some of the other possibilities. We could, here, we'll look at it in a second here. It doesn't eliminate some of those possibilities. This could be an A, B, C of an X wave before we go down again. It's certainly possible, but right now it's way too soon to go there. This is deep, But again, it would not be unlike Bitcoin to do it. So let me break that down here. Well, we'd be looking, well, let's get that 5. So we could say, okay, I've got an impulse coming out of the low here. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Could I get to the 3 here that would be relative to the 1, 2? Can I get a 1, 6, 1, 8? Well, now we're talking up to 32K, right? So this would be the 1 of the 3 with a target up here at 31, 32K. Can we do it? Well, let's dig in a little bit deeper here. I'll push that off for a sec. Oh, let's see. Where do I have it here? Okay, so now I'm back over to BitGet, right? This is our preferred exchange, right? It sponsors the channel. All right, so we speak very highly of Bitcoin or BitGet, and we like them a lot. If anyone's interested, I'll have a link directly into this video where I did a deep dive walkthrough on all the features available in BitGet. So with that said, so here I'm on the BitGet spot chart here. This is a 4-hour on Bitcoin. Now, so this is accommodating some of the relabeling we're doing here on the idea that we could be done here. So this could be the C. Now, leading diag into the 1. All right, this is gnarly. There's no question about it. And again, as I was just saying, oh, come here. Right, really all of this. What are we doing down here? What is all of this, right? With one pump, one dump. Now, well, okay, look where we are. Right on the edge of breaking out here from some of these, prior resistance level. That was support and broke. Now we're through. Now we turtle head. Boy, sure would be encouraging to see this kick. Now there's a couple of different ways to interpret this because there's some complexity. Well, there's some complexity here. Oh, so how we getting there? Well, this is a tricky puzzle right here. So A, B, C for a W. Then you got to go A, B, C for an X. Then A, B, C for a Y. So we're going to get out of this 1, W, X, Y into a 2. Don't have it yet. But sure looks like we've got a candidate here for an impulse to come out. Now, what do we have to deal with? Well, of course, right? You guys... I wish anyone who's watched my channel for more than a minute will know what's ahead, right? So we've looked at this a couple of different times. All right, so there's a 50. All right, so what are we fighting here? We're fighting the sell side algo, right? Oh, here, let's do, let me change that. Hang on a second. All right, so it's not so crowded. Okay. All right, so we see swing retrace to the 50, right? Target unmet, right? That target is down here, right? That's 14 and change. Oh, you think, oh, well, look, oh. Now note what happens here. I come here. This looked like, oh, could that be the 2? Right? I mean, it's within pennies of what we've just done here. Could this be the 1, 2 here? Because all we did was just add another 3 in it. Oh, it could have been 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoa, that looked like, oh, could that be? And now we're out of here. Nope, wasn't ready yet. So how are we going to do it? Well, W, X, Y. Now, can we clear some of these hurdles, right? Because these are not insignificant hurdles, right? You can literally to the tick see this algorithm working against longs. Well, maybe that's the wrong way to say it. It's not like it has consciousness and it's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck those longs. You can just see the here. Let me finish this. You can see the reaction here. Okay, here's the 50. Retrace the golden zone. All right, now I know you guys have done this, right? Members have all done this. I've been posting it, so I know you've done it. Okay, so we go here to here. There's 50 to the tick. Unrealized targets. Now, take a look. This is just. I like teaching this to people. Right? Again, let me remind people, right? Because every now and then people will mention this. Right now, I'd be the first. God, I've done, I don't know, dozens of videos crediting David Halsey with this. This is not my discovery, not mine at all. Right? I just took it and run with it and saw it, and then my little addition was adding the 65 because I kept seeing it break the 618 by 3, 4, 5 ticks. Right, but this is all David Halsey's discovery, right? And anyone interested in the kind of the history of that, I've got Oh, I've got several videos on the history of how it was discovered. My premise, right? So, I think it's called The Secret. If you're interested, post a comment and I'll send you a link to it. Maybe I can post it under the video. Anyway, so here we go. So swing retrace to 50 to the tick. Swing retrace, golden zone to the tick. I mean, it's just nonstop. Now, first signs that we're making some progress here. Oh, here's a little break from this swing. Now, struggling to get through. Oh, we get through. What do we run into? The next one, right? So we got, right? So this one, there's a little break, right? So that's encouraging to bulls. Oh, okay, we're starting to break through the sell side algos. Now, we got lots more to do. And what's interesting, right, is that these targets aren't getting hit. Now, just because that target is down there does not mean that it must be realized, right? One side has to break always, or we go sideways forever. But we can certainly see what kind of hurdles, and so obviously this would be an essential level. That's 22.9. But here's the next one we got to get through. That's 27 and change, right? Remember, our target up here was about 32 to get that full fifth. There's 32 to get that. Oh shit! If we're going to get a 3, 4, 5 to get that full fifth completed. Right now, from this pivot, right, as we come down to the, is that the lowest low? There's my lowest low, right? Do you see how this is just? I don't know how. I always think people are going to be looking at this and go, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Look at that." I've been teaching this for almost 5 years. I still go, oh, fuck, you got to be kidding me. I mean, how many do you need to see? I've said this before many times. I think I've shown this over 10,000 times. Easily. How many? Look, there's not a pivot here. Not one swing pivot, right, pushing up that's not being held back by that algo. Not one. One somewhere. Right? It's just nonstop, right? I've said this, I've been saying this for 5 years. This is the DNA of the market. It's not why it moves, it's how it moves, right? So again, I feel like I've repeated myself enough here deliberately so that you never, ever do something like buy right into it. I guarantee you 95, 99% of the people of retail, let's call them what they are, retail has no fucking idea that this algo exists. None. They will buy right into it all day long. I guarantee you somebody longed it right there. Guaranteed. I find it rather remarkable. Okay, so enough about me and what I get excited about in the market. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Right? I mean, that's about. You show me something else that can match that. Show me. Please, I'm begging you, show me. I'd love to see it. That's an easy statement for me to make because I know you can't. Okay, so all right, let's keep moving here. So what do we got here? Oh, let's get all this off right now. Having known, now would you take it off the chart? Probably not, right? What do you want to do? You want to hide them all. Oh, what's the easiest way to do it? Here, let's just hide. So they're still there, so you can bring them back when you need to, right? Don't forget they're there. That's always the danger of hiding. You're like, oh fuck, you'll do this. You'll think, oh man, look, it's going to go for that 5, and you'll buy right into it if you don't check it. All right, I see it happen all day long in the futures market, all day long, right? People have no fucking idea it's there. They long right into it, or they sell right into it. They get just absolutely faced. Okay, so here, now let's get out this. So I got a 4 hour, you had to take this down to the 30-minute to really get a pretty good look at it here. And there's some complexity here. Whenever I hear myself going, oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, oh, I get a little ill at ease there. And you got to go back and double check, right? Could we really have that many 1, 2s? Because you start adding, you get 4, 5 1, 2s in a row, you're mighty, mighty bullish. All right, well, does it make sense? Can we qualify this? Well, I don't know. We're certainly not going to call that a 3, right? I mean, that's impulsive price action. But what comes off of it? Well, not too hard to spot the 3 here, right? A 5-year-old could spot that one. Now, this gets a little trickier. Okay, impulse, 3 to correct. Now, this, sure does look like a 3, right? What your eye sees is, what? That's a 3 all day. Well, slow down. what we definitely can see in there is that there is an impulse right here. I mean, that's clear as a bell, right? There is an impulse. So how are we dealing with that? Well, you might have been thinking, oh, A, B, C, psh, down we go. No, right? Doesn't happen, right? Look what here, order block, demand zone, tap, tap. Look. God, what an unbelievable example of why you want to pay attention to order blocks. Look what comes off of that. Tap, tap. What are they doing here? Is supply coming in? Is there? Let's check it. Is it safe? Is it safe? Marathon man, is it safe? Zzz, and here comes the drill. Is it safe? It's safe. I don't know about anybody. Maybe I got a few people who have seen Marathon Man. I'm certainly aging myself there. Okay, so 1, 2. Could that be 1, 2? Well, it sure looks like some sort of a 3, probably a WXY into that 2. But boy, there's no way we're not calling that an impulse, right? That's a 5 all day, followed by a 3. So we look here and you go, hey, wait a minute. I got a 5 followed by a 3. Oh, I got my office mates here making noise. Hey, get out of here, guys. Go on, go on, go on, go on. 1, 2. 1, 2. Boy, I don't like it, but I don't see another way to interpret it. 1, 2, I've got to use that impulse. 2, 5, 3. Well, it's a shaky 5, but this we're likely going to have to live with a 3 there. Boy, and a monster comes out of it. Just a monster rip. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, gets me up here to a 3. Oh, fuck. Probably a sharp double. Oh, that's ugly. W. Oh, fuck. You probably. Looks like you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So finish with a 5. So it may just be an ABC. Maybe just an ABC. Oh, something just happened. Over on my Ninja. Oh, shit. Hang on. I don't think I've ever done a video. I didn't forget to turn that off. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a little deep, right? Relative to this 4. So if we're looking here, right? And this, I'm just taking you through standard ops, right? This is what we do, right? We'd say, oh shit, if it's pulling from the 2, oh, there's a nice impulse in my 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, some sort of ugly. Oh shit, I don't even know. Does it matter, right? Something ugly comes out of this. I don't know that it matters. Because no, so why would I say that? Well, what comes off of it? Pretty good looking rip here, and it sure does look like an impulse. Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to go really down on that one. Okay, can we get that labeled? Looks like we can go 1, 2, 3. That could be a triangle. Let's come down here. 1, 2, A, B, C, D. Yeah, maybe not. And we do it here. A, B, C, 1, 2. Well, we looks like we'd be finishing a diag if we're going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, maybe not. If that's the 4, 1, 2. Oh shit, let's label it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get you down. Go to green. Okay, maybe. Let's see. Right? Does that 1 hold? Does it hold? Well, it looks like I got a little impulse in there. So this I would love to see it hold if we can get this out of here. We can get up here and get that. Okay, that's going to start to look a little bit better. Shit, I'm all the way down to 5 minute, which I rarely ever do, nor do I suggest doing it. It's only to dig out a count. That's the only reason I wouldn't make trading decisions. Look at the slop chop down here. Look at this. Right, this is exactly why I advise against trying to apply Elliott Wave. What are you going to count that? Elliott is so much more effective 60 minutes and above. If you're going down to a 5 minute, there's only one reason, right? You're digging out a count. Do I really have an impulse here? That's the only reason I would ever do it. Rarely do I like to go below the 30 minute, right? It's just it's a suggestion, right? It's not. You know, do what you like, but again, I've been doing this a long time, right? My goal here is never to do anything other than save you from all the stupid shit that I've done. I've been at this for a long time, right? So if I can help you a little bit, it's not. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to do anything beyond that. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what makes you a little ill at ease about the way this is getting? It's showing its potential labeling. Look at the 2 relative to what would be the 3. What are we going to do in this 4? Right? If we're gonna go all the way up here and get that 3, 1, 2. Boy, that 2. Even the 1, 2. Right? It just doesn't feel right. It would feel better if I could. I don't see a way to do it. This 3 looks like it would play better if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then I got the right look. This makes me a little uneasy with this count as currently labeled, although I don't see a way to solve this. Oh God, as soon as I say that, right, I have guys on my team and members who will be, this happened last week, and they say, I don't see a way to solve this. Boy, they will go to work on finding a way to solve it, right? I love when I see that, right? So let's call this a challenge here, right? And this could be members, free members, YouTube subs. If you see a way to deal with this other than, come here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Man, I'm very interested in seeing that. I mean, I suppose we could end up with a we could have an ABC here into, potentially, right? But then we're going to need the overlap, the 1 here, and it does not look like that's what's in the cards. So this is a fucker. Sure, right? But I'm just not sure. We don't have enough, right, from the market yet. But what can I see? From this pivot where we launched this impulse, I've come back to a 50. I got a reasonable target. Is that going to be the pivot? Or is this going to be the pivot? Well, if we're coming back to this, whoa, look at that structure. Interesting, right? So now what I would not want to see is something like this, right? Even if we did that, well, technically, if we don't overlap, boy, how are we going to... Boy, that's going to be brutal to get that out of there. So let's hope. See, as we approach, we're just tapping into this supply zone here. Let's hope the demand zones here hold, right? And we can get another leg to get out of here, because the 1, 2, 3, can't say I love. But right now, that seems to be what we're stuck with. Right now, we've got this little impulse trying to finish here, and what would that likely be? Well, if we're coming down to here, I guess I'll take that up a degree. Let's go up. If this is 3, 4, and we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, we're working on that 5. Well, likely, right? Likely not the 5th, right? Likely the 1 of the 5th. If this is 4. Now, when I say that doesn't mean it couldn't be the 5th, right? We could have a rip-roaring extension in the 5th. Doesn't seem likely, though. Oh, you could probably end up relabeling this. You could probably end up with the 3 up here, 4, and then a bigger kick in the 5. But right now, you got to go with what you have to work with. Right now, that's what I got. Okay, this is, again, I really don't think it matters. Some sort of combo in here, down to a 4. Now, those that, I guarantee you I'm going to get 4 or 5 posts from members that will have dug through that and gotten it. Right, which I love that they cared enough to do that, right? So for me, I don't really give a shit, right? What do I got here? Some sort of a 3. Again, I mean, get to a point where you've done enough Elliott to where the challenge of trying to, could I figure out it? Well, fuck yeah, if I spent an hour on it, probably could. Maybe not that long, but does it matter? Really? Not really to me, right? Or to I would say most traders, right? Now, to a student, that's a great challenge, right? Can you get that? Can you nail it? Can you? Right? It's not an easy one. Looks like you got a triangle right in the middle of it. So that might be a tell as to what comes out of that. But challenging, right? So for the student, worthwhile exercise. For the trader, do we really fucking care? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me complete this impulse. All right. So enough on that. I think we're fairly clear here. Just kind of waiting to see, do we get the full rip here into this 5, and then are we ending up putting it here? So this impulse, oh Jesus, is going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we going to do it that way? That certainly wouldn't be the worst I'd seen. Right, pretty good 3, 4, deep. What makes it unusual? It's a little deep for the 4. You'd prefer, right? That's why you don't like to see a 4 going golden zone, or 50 really is as far as you'd like to see it, right, in a prime, because then you got much more potential in the 5th. When they go this deep on the 4, you tend to get less length in the 5th. Not always, right? You could see some sort of a diag coming out of there, or 3 longer than 1, 5 could be longer than 3. It doesn't have to be a diag. Maybe you see that pattern, but ideally in it, what do we mean by the right look? Something like that. That's the right look. Now, is the market going to give that to you? Well, at times it will. Oh, I don't know that there's much else to add there. Oh shit, I'm already at 30 minutes. Okay, hang on. Let me what do I got over here? Oh, we'll go to that one last. Okay, let's take a look at now. This is in that same spirit of we were looking at this last week, and we had looked at this in the context of if this is 1, 2, and we got to do, we can't, because of the overlap. If you guys recall, members will recall this, right? We looked at this, and I was accommodating as many ways as I could to try and keep this away from the overlaps that are here. The idea being, if this is a 1, 2, and this is and we've gone, oh shit, it wouldn't matter, right? Where it was, we've got overlaps either way. If it's 1, 2, and this I think I was quite clear. If that was the case, then we're in a world of hurt. If the market is just on a 1, 2, and we're going into a 3, 4, 5, boy, the all-time highs here will certainly be challenged. Well, along those very lines, right? This is, and he's very much like this, right? So one of my senseis James M, right? Members all know he's a prolific poster and really a very, very skilled LAtician. He heard me wrestling with this and talking about the doom and gloom, if that's a 1, 2, and he was challenged by that. I love this about him. And he comes back to me and says, I got a solution for you here on how we can get out of this and potentially have a top in. Right now, this is very creative, right? To his credit. I had not seen this myself, because it looked like such an it looked like such an obvious impulse. Right, come here. Right, so your eye is thinking, oh, big flat. Oh, 3, 4. Oh, you could have done the 4 here. You're going up for the 5. Get off of there. You might be thinking flat, although this does look like a 5, right? But you could squish a A, B, C into it. So you got a flat here, and you're thinking, oh, but see this, right? That's what we were talking about last week, right? That's the killer, right? If it had just been spared, right? Then you'd have a really good contender here for that impulse to be done, right? But if we look here now, so the question is here, if we look at the dollar, now note, I'm on the weekly. I don't know that there's and I think James would agree with me, I don't think there's a clear count here. And now all I've done here is just say, okay, well, that 5, 3, 5. Well, that doesn't necessarily by itself imply that if that's a 5, 3, 5, I've got to go 1, 2, 3. We have to then go up to scream into the 200s with the dollar. What we have here, and I've just wicked off, I've just used the channel here to say, okay, I've got this internal channel, and I'm just wicking off the all-time high and then some other levels that were seen to be important to the market. So really, you could look at this and say, well, there's a 1, 2, 3. Now, am I just doing another 3 here? Before, what I don't think, and I'm sure James would agree with me here, what I don't think we want to look at this and say, oh, this is, well, shit, it's not even possible that this would be 1, this corrects it, and now we're going down, right? That you'd be projecting well below 0, right? So what do we really have here on the weekly is just a big giant range. Now, these are, what is this, a 40-year range, right? That's a pretty big range. So, but there is a count here that gets this done. This is very clever. So we go A, and then we go A, B, C into a W, X, A, B, C, D, E. It's a little squishy here on the triangle, but again, it's creative thinking. So we go A, W, W, X, Y, right? We can finish a Y with a triangle to get a B. So it's A, B, C into a W. Let's raise that a degree. Into a W. A, B, C into an X. A, B, C into a Y. Now, oh shit, I've got some other stuff in here. Do I? Oh, maybe I don't. All right. Well, I think last week we looked at all the median lines here, and then there, of course, there is. Oh, I think it was here. Right. So here's 50 to the tick. Right now we're to and through. Right. Tagged it. Got through. Now here comes the retrace. So if much like we started with Bitcoin. All right. If I put this chart in front of you and said, where's the likely support? Where would you anticipate? Well, you probably have a couple of spots here where we might look and say, oh, we tried, right? A couple of failed breakouts right here. Breakout traders, right there they are. Oh, we're going to the moon. Oh, this time for sure. When I say this is a good example, right? So this is why we still have breakout traders, thankfully, right? So here we get a little bit of a pullback and then it goes. Right, 1, 2, 3. That's why breakout traders still do it, despite the vast. How these breakout traders do, right? Oh, it's going to fall through the roof. Oh, it's going to moon. Oh, it's going to fall. Oh, now eventually, right? A breakout has to work, or we go sideways forever, right? Breakouts. I'm not saying breakouts never work. What I'm always saying is that this is a terrible place to enter the market. You say, oh, well, I bankrupted myself there. Oh, then I blew up my account there. But in this one, oh, I made some money. How about, oh, Jesus, look how many there are here. How about this one? Oh, we're going to the moon. No. Oh, we're going to the moon. Oh, we're definitely not. Oh, this time we're going to moon. Definitely not. Oh, maybe we'll moon on the low. We'll drop through the floor. Oh, no, now. Oh, little pullback. There it is. Anyway, all right, so I think I made that point. Members are probably sick of me saying that, right? But I'm just going to keep pounding it into your head until you recognize not a good place to enter the market. All right? In fact, I would tell you it's the worst place to enter the market, the absolute worst possible place where you have the highest amount of risk, right? Breakout. Okay, so I think we've got that covered. Now, this is kind of interesting, right? So if we start to come down, so let's go down to a daily. We're starting to break a little bit here. So we have our first lower high, right? It's been higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, high, right? All the way up. First little crack. Let's go down to a 4-hour, right? So could that be the Y? No, I don't. This would be actually here. I see a lot of potential supply up here, right? Money had to be committed to cause the break. We come back. We're mitigating all of that, but there's no close beyond. That's why it's still there. We're just tap, tap, tap. Now, what do we do down here? We tap into the demand. It doesn't look like it's done there. So we go, oh, this could be 1, 2. Oh, this could be This could be ABC, right? We got a little double top here. So this could be, this could be A, B, it could be 1, 2. It's too soon really to label it. It's okay. What do I got right here? Okay, I got a double top. Here's another. How did the breakout traders do here? Oh, it's going to fall through the floor. Oh, nope. It's early, right? Early to put a count on that. Is that 1, 2? Is that WX? Y? Is this shit? Can you even get that? A, B, C? Is it a flat? Oh, what do we get there? Maybe a flat? It looks like it's not far enough. Oh, God damn it. Come here. What do we got there? Let's go platinum. Not quite, right? Not enough for a flat. So remains to be seen. Right now, we're pinging from demand to supply. Here's the supply, and that's what we're hitting. Well, this is certainly one we got to keep an eye on. Now, let me wrap up here. 38. Okay, let's finish with ETH because this looks so good, and just more examples of what we teach and why we teach it. So, okay, all right. So we'll just hear where am I on Bitstamp? I had more history here. So here's our all-time high. So what's the first thing that happens, right? So again, just trying to really burn this into your brain. Right, we put in the top. Here's the first push low. What do? Golden zone. But note this right now. Look, what's the first thing we do? 50. Reaction. Oh, it's not ready yet. Golden zone. What do I have here? Golden corner pocket. Now that is a signature trade, right? There is nobody was doing that. I've heard it. People are. I guess it's a compliment, right? So I've heard people, using different phrases for it, right? But I take it as a compliment. Okay, so swing, retrace, golden corner, right? So what does that mean? That means that I have 80% probability. It's the highest odds in trading. I try and feature that every single video I do. It's the least used technical tool of all the tools on any TA package. The least used, yet it has the highest odds. Let's hope that stays the same, right? Because most people have no fucking idea. They have no idea. What do you mean 80% odds? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? 80% odds in the market? You're full of shit. There's 50-50 odds. It goes up or down. Yeah, that's the guy I want to take with me to Vegas. Okay, so here, note here what we're doing. What the algo's hitting its target, right? And for good measure, here we tag it again. But then there's a whole nother leg on it, right? So as we come down here, we actually get third target. Okay, so let's take that one off, right? So you see the nice use of the median lines here. But now, so I'm going to hide this one. So you see it. Okay, now what happens? All right. Well, first, let's recognize what happened here. Right, now we didn't, they get you right on there. Didn't quite get there. Did they use a secondary? Could be, right? I mean, we're tagging the 65. But then why would I use that? Well, we'd have to see that they used it, right? That's the only way you could use it. Did they use it? Get on there. Could be, right? It's a little bit, could be a front run. That's pretty damn close, right? And there's the target. Yeah, so they definitely used it. All right, so that's a candidate here. We could use the same pivot, right? Since the algo used it. Now, okay, I mean, I could bring up the S&P today and show you 15 examples of that. So do you see, right? God, I mean, so once again, right? I don't know how else to blow your mind. So there's the golden corner that goes there, right? So this is a perfect golden corner right here. Now, from this low, what do we get here? We get the exact same thing, right? So where would you project? So we're sitting here. What do we know, right? It's not like we have to wonder here. We know what happened here. So what do we know? I know that I have 80% probability of getting to that pivot, emphasis point, as long as that pivot holds. As long as that pivot holds, right? That's always the key piece of it. As long as that holds, I get 80% odds of getting there. Where else do I get 80% odds in the market? Where else? Give me another technical tool that gives me 80% odds. I'd love to see it. All right, again. Rhetorical question, because I know you don't have one. Maybe now option traders are going to say, well, 90% of options that are sold expire worthless, or that are purchased, I should say it that way. That's the only place you get even close to those odds. But for a technical tool, there is nothing else gives you better odds. Nothing, period. I know because I've been doing this for a long time. Two, I've looked at everything. Okay, so with that said, so where are we trying to get to here? Where's the 3? See, we're trying to get a 3. So if this is 1, 2, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for the 1, 6, 1, 8, 1, 7, 5. Why? Because that's the highest probability for a location for a third wave. Not because it looks like, maybe it'd come up here and hit that nice little line. It's because billions of Elliott waves have been tracked over, went from the 1930s. And we know that that's the most common location for the third. So why would you project anything else? Now, are we going to do it in a straight line? What would that be? 4,700? Probably not. What are we going to anticipate is going to come out of here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5s and 3s, right? That's the genius of Elliott, right? All of the complexity, right? It's all ultimately about 5s and 3s. That's really all it's about, right? Now we got 24 different corrections. You have to memorize, right, to master it. Well, shit, you never master it, right? I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm not even close to mastering it. I make mistakes all the time. Shit, my team corrects me all the time, right? Don't expect to be perfect. Don't look to be perfect. Don't expect anybody. The market is perfectly imperfect, right? As are we as humans, right? Emotion is going to get all of us, right? At some point, you're going to make mistakes because of emotion. What's more emotional than money? Very little. Right, so don't get so hung up on shit. Oh man, I've got that one. Oh, I missed that one. Shit, I use our Elliott Wave cheat sheets on a regular basis. I'll be, oh fuck, man! If it's a triple and that X, can I have that go back? There's no shame. You don't have to. I mean, these are resources. Why would you not check them? Oh God, man, I can't actually look at the Elliott Wave cheat sheet. Boy, then I wouldn't be a master. Oh, screw that. Screw that thinking. I look at it all the time, and I do not consider myself a master. Just to be clear, right? You never master it, right? We just look for improvement and try and not repeat the same mistakes. Now, can I get a 1 out of here? Well, it sure looks like I'm on my way. Looks like I'm on my way. Let's go, oh shit, how about a 2 hour here? Right, oh shit, that might be too much here. Let's clear all this off. Get you off of this. Oh, come back here. Okay, so how are we getting here? We've looked at this a number of times, so I think the count here is, oh fuck, come on. Trying to go fast here because I know I've gone too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It has the right look. Right? Nice look. Right? Nice look. Nice impulse in that 3. Very clean impulse. Beautiful. Oh, probably a WXY. Oh no. Oh no. There's oh fuck. Oh shit. Doesn't matter. Does it? A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's a little shaky in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, it's there. A, B, C. 3, 4. Oh, that looks like a triangle. 4, 5. Okay, let's get down to it. All right, 5s and 3s. That's how we make money. Oh, let's label it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Sure looks like it's underway. All right, you can't assume, oh, it's going for there for sure, right? Otherwise, you just buy it right now. Okay, just based on what we were just talking about, right? Would this be the place to be a buyer? Right? Oh, shit, I don't care what he just said. I know, fuck it. I'm going to buy the breakout. Now, the count implies that that's likely to get there. But can you see how you might get faced there? Because we know what am I on, a 2 hour here? We're looking for a 5 here. So here's what's likely you would see. Right? They're gonna grab the liquidity there. It looks like there's some over here as well. They're gonna grab liquidity there. Why? Because stops are sitting there. Right? The purpose of the market is to facilitate trade. Where's liquidity, right? That means find the liquidity. Where's the liquidity? At every pivot. Every pivot is where the liquidity is. All right, 4, 5. So if we go 1, 2, right? Oh, then you know, right? The breakout traders are going to panic. 4, 5, right? That's what we're looking for. But it's likely not to do it in a straight line, which is why breakouts are such a horrible way to trade the market. It's not going to do, well, it's not likely, right? And we don't get certainty. All we get is probability. The probability that it goes in a straight line is low. Right? I mean, if the probability is less than 60%, why would you do it? Oh, well, because I like to play the 40%. That's a recipe to end up with a different career, hobby, investment vehicle. What you want to look for high probability. What's the only thing that makes a trade worthwhile, right? If we think we have an edge, what's an edge? That could be 51.49. Just the slightest. And it's not even knowing you have an edge, it's believing you have an edge. Right? Now, based on historical data, context, patterns we know that repeats, do I believe I have an edge here? Well, it doesn't matter. I still would never buy that right there. I would never do that. It's just dumb. Why would you do that? We know we're looking for a 5, so if I want to get into the 5th, I'm going to take the 2 into the 3. Maybe I'll get the 4, 5. Maybe I'll have a shallow 4 and I can ride it out for the 5. But I'm sure as hell not going to buy the breakout of the 3. Only a very inexperienced trader would do that. Right? I mean, we've kind of talked about that quite a bit. There's liquidity here. There's liquidity here. Oh, 1, 2. Now, I don't know that that's what we get, but that I can just look at the potential there for all of that to happen. Oh, you can almost see if we go, oh shit, come here. Oh, fuck it. You guys get my point. Oh, I think I locked up there. Oh, here we go. What I was trying to say here is look at this over here. Right, where that 5 is projecting. So you could see, oh geez, you can almost see it happening. 1, 2, screw them. 3, oh, it's going to go, screw them. fuck everybody. I shouldn't say it that way. All right, but you guys get my drift, right? These are, you got to be careful, right? Because that's how other traders are going to manipulate you, right? They know where all that liquidity is, right? Because everybody knows where it is. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, right? And here, and here, and here, right? Every pivot is liquidity, right? Got to get used to that. Got to accept that, right? So it's a target. It's a target. Right, but it's not a place to enter. Okay, I think we got everything covered there, guys. I appreciate it. Oh shit, I've got stuff. I think everything below the video here. If you guys want to refer to any of the tools that we use, whether it's Sonar Labs or Motivewaves, or you're working on BitGet, all of those are underneath in our link tree and in the links that are in the description below. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You guys have a good weekend, and I will catch you on Monday.